We've been lied to from the start. ELT is built on a false promise that the right technique creates learning, that lesson plans produce order, that methods matter more than the human being standing in front of the room. They don't. Every major method has failed because it asked teachers to suppress their humanity in favor of mechanical procedure. And every time a method collapsed, teachers were blamed. The direct method didn't work, audiolingualism didn't work, communicative language teaching didn't work, the science of learning won't work either, because learning doesn't come from procedure, it comes from relationship. Teacher training taught us techniques, not how to hold a room full of teenagers who are terrified, angry, or checked out. It gave us plans, not the ability to read and regulate a classroom. It promised that if we followed the right sequence, learning would happen. That promise was broken before we ever walked into a classroom. Classroom management is a scam. It is a list of sticking plaster solutions designed to avoid the real question: how do I build a working relationship with people who didn't choose each other, didn't choose me, and some of whom don't even want to be there at all? So we talk about charts, ladders, engagement strategies, but there is no behavior problem. There is a relationship problem. What actually matters isn't your methodology or your seating chart. What matters are the human skills we were never trained for and then held responsible for anyway. That is the betrayal at the center of this profession. Not a lack of knowledge, but a lack of preparation for the reality we were walking into, for what we might call relational authority. Why won't the ELT industry talk about this? Because relationship doesn't earn a grade, can't be templated, and can't be sold. So we keep chasing techniques and apps, and we keep suffering for it. The ghost in the classroom is real. It is the unseen emotional field between teacher and learner, the force that decides whether a lesson lives or dies before you finish the instructions. It's the part that no word wall sheet or zero prep activity from Instagram will ever fix. It's also the part we've been trained to ignore. We built an industry on erasing the human reality of teaching. We blame teachers for failing at fantasies the system invented. We train them for a profession that only exists on paper. So here's the question no one in ELT wants to ask. Are we ready to admit that the real curriculum has always been the relationship? This is the question. This is the line. If you know this is true, step forward.